And I think we're good to go. So yeah, a continuation on the grind of French Coastal. As you can see, I have not continued it since last stream. As I said, I was going to do it on stream only. And last we left off, I just unlocked the MTB-96, which is basically just a British Vosper. I think specifically, which one is it again? Vosper 2? Yeah, it's a Vosper 2. But with two twin Vickers 7.7 machine guns on either side, and thus apparently making it 0.3 of a battle rating higher than a British ship. But anyway, let's just not complain too much about it. Let's activate an RP booster and get on with the grind. The Vosper is stock as well. Hello there, sample. Now I have noticed that this research is not enough to actually get the L9059. Although it will get a little boost from it being in the same line. I've also read that the VLTs and the Combatant are going down in BR soonish. So that'll be very nice. But I think it'll still be quite a while before I get to those ships. And now we just wait. And wait, I guess. But that is what happens if you play low-tier coastal. So I was hoping for a little bit faster matchmaking. Yeah, that's also the thing. That and the people who really wanted French Coastal have already rushed through it. So there's not that many people still stuck at this BR, I guess. But whilst we're just sitting here, I might as well talk about what I've been up to. As you might have noticed, not that much really. I had to take a break last week because I was busy with other stuff. But I haven't been able to get that video on the update out yet, and I really need to work on it. Palau Islands Boats is not one I've seen in a while. And to be perfectly honest, I don't actually know how to play this map. But I think I'll take the north spawn and go to B. And we spawned in a good direction for that. Ooh, that's gonna be a bit high. But we should be fine. Well, fine enough. What are my backup spawn options? Probably just VTB-19, isn't it? 13 could be pretty fun. It's actually quite fast, VTB-13. I might do that as my third spawn. So 2 spawns of this thing and then VTB-13. kind of a big map for these kind of boats. More, well, 2 kilometers is a bit far for a 20 mil. I think. I actually haven't played this BR in quite a while. It's been since the last French coastal stream since I actually played Coastal of this battle rating. So I'll be very rusty. There's something still over there in that smoke, I think. But I can't see it. And it's not going to be my problem for now. So I've got plenty of ammo and a 20mm belt, so there's no point in forcing reload. An archer! That's going to be a bit rough, frontal 40mm. Don't quite have the firepower to deal with that thing. Hostile on B, so need to be very cautious. There he is. Snell boat is actually not a good opponent for me because those things can... It's also the one with a really good 37 in the rear. And I am already in a very bad spot. My acceleration is horrible. Because I'm stuck. And bad cruise, but I managed to get the kill. Remind me to level up my cruise after this. That 20mm reload was actually quite long. That's probably an AI, yep. Of course, because we have rough seas, I can't hit most of my shots. Come on. There we go. Maybe in a lookout for hostile players. It seems we're out of those for the time being. That's BD-20, also not something you see very often. There's a German Schnellboat again. Let's try not to draw his attention from long range. Ooh, the archer's over there actually. And he's been a threat to my team and very undamaged. For something that's been out there for a while now. So let's put some hurt onto him. And please reload before his 40 turns on us completely. There we go. And now we have to deal with a nasty at his optimum range. Luckily he seems to not be the greatest shot with that 40. I almost got him, but the mountain got in the way. And we get a cap. But now I need to go and hide from those German 20s before they shred me. Come on. Do a bit of damage before I get into cover. So my rear is the only undamaged compartment, but that's dangerous. Well, luckily his rocket missed. Alrighty. Never heard him coming, but luckily saw him just in time. I might want to just throw my torpedoes into their spawn, because I don't think I'll be surviving for too much longer. Okay, the German gunboat got gunned down, so that's not a problem anymore. Let's just throw these torpedoes out there. Because it's better to use them than to die with them. Can I shoot over that low island? Not quite sure I can, but I think he'll just keep rushing out in front of the island.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Probably an AI. I can see the tracer fire from the nasty. There he is again. He's staying behind that island. Not much I can do about it. Oh, he's actually just running away. Oh, I just nicked him for a little bit, but already in a damaged rear of it. Let's reload to 20. Be combat ready. And there go my torpedoes hitting land. Need to keep a close eye to the sky as well. Do not get jumped by an aircraft again. Although this will probably be my end, because that guy still has spawn protection, and I'm literally a one-shot. But we can trade at least. Take down the nasty ones as well, maybe? Ah, a few more nicks. Couldn't quite get the lead right. But back up we go. I mean, the Vickers 50 cal is good enough. It's good enough to use as your manually controlled secondary. It complements the 20 pretty alright. It's an aircraft, but it's a 109. It is. Just strafing our AI. How far is he? Outside of gun range, okay. AI PT6. Yeah, actually, no, that's a player PT6. Even more reason to start shooting it. I'm pretty sure it's his front compartment I need to hit now, but I just cannot get the lead right. PT-20 just got mowed down by GIS.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
If I were at PT-3, I'd be just rushing towards A. Although we have got a GIS defending it from a pretty good spot, right there in a little cove. And we'll B again, it's PT6. Just for the love of Christ hit this front, and we did. Team is also decapturing C, perfect. And now we'll just keep on moving. Don't really like hearing shells whiz past me. It's coming from behind though. No aircraft. But is that nasty still around? Not that I can see at least. So let's deal with this guy first. That's a player PT3 again. Or is it PT6? It is PT6. But the game is already over. And a neat little result for the first match in the MTB. I think that's actually half spaded already, isn't it? Pretty close to it. So let's go to FPE, let's get some AP belts. I'll go with the API on the 50 cals. Let's go with some faster traverse. because that's never bad. Depth charges, not quite necessary. Let's get some speed upgrades. Artillery support I just missed out on. And because I'm going to miss out on it, let's just get another speed upgrade. And get RT next. And that's the boat, yeah, literally halfway spaded in one battle. And let's not forget to get our new belts. And get going into the next match. And now we sit and wait again. And complain enough and you'll get a match, I guess. Ooh, Green Mountains Gulf Battle. This is a game that I like a lot for playing Lothar Coastals. Although it is over quite quickly. But then again, most coastal matches are. A very small match. That's fine by me. Yeah, PT6 a little bit out of comfortable shooting range. So let's just keep looking around. That's an... Okay, more AIs. But we want to keep our eyes out for humans. Which there we have one. It's just a 20 mil Schnell boat, it's not the greatest threat. And if he doesn't notice me, I will not shoot him. I'll shoot him like just before I get into cover. Weaken him a little bit for our next engagement. Yeah, 5M, okay, that's not the most dangerous thing out there, but those 14.5s can hurt. But I've got 20s and 250 cals. And those hurt quite a bit as well.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Capture point gotten. Let's be a little bit aggressive with its S38 that's out there. There we go. S3 is an AI. T6 is an AI, but might as well. If I can actually get the lead right. Shooting. Now we need to worry a little bit more about what's in front of us. Enemy capturing A, but I kind of expected that. Okay, losing the 20 mil is not what I wanted to do at the moment. There we go. Come on. Just a little bit more damage done. Should do it. And just keep on motorboating through the enemy team, I think. Come on. Haven't seen the YAR 5M anywhere yet. Although I think I know where he will be. And we keep going. There's that Russian player. Look at his front gun, which is very lucky for me. There he goes. Just managed to sail through to where the sea point would be. I hear a Stuka, I think. And I did indeed hear a Stuka. And he lost a wing. Let's try and get some RP out of it. There we go, and we got finished off. But that'll probably be a match, and a good one at that. I won't even use the backup because I think the tickets will just run out before I even spawn in. And there we go. A fun quick game in the MTB. And a camo unlocked. Lovely. So let's get some more speed. Some new pumps, because those can't hurt. Some depth charges. And now I don't really care for what I get next. So let's get torpedo mode next so I don't forget to unequip it. There we go. Equip the depth charges, because why not? And what camo was it that I unlocked? Just unicolor, pinkish, red, whatever you want to call it. Sure, and let's equip the Belgian flag too. And off we go again for what's probably going to be the last match in the MTB before I spade it. But definitely not the last match before I get this thing. I can't work towards my daily task, can I? Because this is not a rank 3, it isn't. I'll have to wait for getting these two to get some more tasks done. Which I am actually looking forward to getting both of those. I've heard good thing about the Arras. Mainly because I think those guns will just hull break any coastline at battle riding. And this thing is just incredibly goofy. Arras is also like surprisingly quick for something like that. You'd think a Corvette or sub-chaser of that size would be quite slow, but it really isn't. Not compared to some other Corvettes I've played. Yeah. With the VLTs actually moving down in BR soon-ish as well, it means you'll actually have a decent-ish lineup. The VLTs and La Surprise. Should be pretty nice. And even Arras as a backup. I wonder when that new vehicle ribbon wears off. Because you can't get that research boost on new vehicles. So that is slowing down the French grind a little bit. Actually, doesn't it say if you... Oh well. You know, other than the French coastal tree, this update has been rather meh for naval. Nothing too extremely special. Ooh, this map again. Like even something as big, so to speak, as Amagi isn't really any different from what we've already had. Just more 16-inch guns on an even more fragile platform. With a bit of luck, we might get some more dev blocks popping up within a week or two. Small match, okay. Nope. Yeah. Another thing that still has me a bit annoyed, I'd say, is the fact that we still at 7.0 as a maximum battle rating. And even the recent BR changes that were announced doesn't address it, still. And that's starting to get a little bit compressed, so to say. Yeah, there's a tracer from long out there. What are you? An ammo for... Ooh, those are kind of long... 57s or 47s? Or 37s even. I don't even remember what caliber those guns are. I did see those going up. The Drache I can see moving up, and the Candid too, to be honest. Those things are quite strong at their battle ratings. The Candid not as much as the Drache, I'd say, but both are quite potent. Ooh, got quite a lot of enemies over here. And completely flat seas should make my gunnery a little bit better, I hope. We don't just get melted by an AI on my flank. Which I'm definitely happening right now. Let's just open distance a little bit. There's more than enough 7.0s to expand the BR, really. Also, I'm just brought it onto the enemy fleet now, that's not good. Yeah, that's going to be one of my talking points whenever I do get around to making that update summary video. Which I am annoyed at myself that I still haven't done that. Believe me. But naval compression is something that needs to be talked about a bit. Because it's getting a bit stupid to have both a Congo and an Amagi at 7.0. It's getting a little bit silly. I am just missing horribly. And that's because this AI knows how to dodge, apparently. Go. Yeah, I didn't really consider the Kafkas to be that bad for it to go to 4.7. The Enterprise is kind of bad. Those 6-inch guns are just not good. But I'd say that the Drache and Candid going to 3.7 makes sense. Because they both have a blue water damage model and get coastal spawns. So they're really, really, really tanky coastal vessels. And quite difficult to deal with if you're in a coastal vessel yourself. So I can understand them moving up, especially Drache. Drache was a big monster at 3.3. Candid a little less so, but still. Although, when I think about the fact that they can face Frank Knoxes, that's a bit less good. But from a coastal perspective, because both of those do get coastal spawns, they should move up. It makes sense for them to move up. Yeah, that is true. Those British corvettes are quite the menaces themselves at their own battle rating. And yet you don't really see them that... Actually, no, you do see them fairly often, especially during the event. You saw them quite a bit. And I am slightly guilty of that too. But mainly because I wanted to LARP one of the actual few Belgian ships we had during the Second World War. Is that an enemy PT? It is. And there we go. Still. Definitely more than enough score to spade that vessel. Let's just spawn it back up anyways, because it is one of my best boats. Still ahead on tickets. So we should be good for another victory. To be honest, I don't have any experience with the Drache and its guns, but I know that the Candid's guns are a lot more reliable than the main guns on the Brantford. Though the Brantford guns does still hit hard when you do hit with it. And it's not that difficult to hit with it either. But the cannon gets two bofors kind of on the rear. You can angle and fire both of them over the side. And twin bofors can do the job quite well. Especially if you have the tankiness, you just sit there. Although at the same time, I don't remember really liking the spading process of Candid. My guy, I remember when the LCS was 2.0. Those were some great times. I think I'm not actually too sure on what that thing's BR used to be, the LCS. It used to be very low, that's for sure. They're decapping B, but I think I'll be able to decap A before they get the lead. Although of course if they cap, they'll get the lead. Just decapped there by the looks of it. Really lucky to get these dead flat C's. It helps with shot concentration a little bit more. Helps get more shells get on target. Bridge always holds a little bit of crew, so if you see a boat like that just rushing straight to you, you can shoot the bridge and crew sink them that way. Of course, just the bridge and the frontal module is usually not enough to actually sink them, so you need to get the middle module as well. That's a little bit easier to hit from the side or from the front than the rearmost module. Although this one does seem rather tough. Did I lose my 50? I did. I think this is a player because they're lagging a little bit. It was. Ooh, an American PT. That is maybe going to shred me. Oh, which one is it again? 103. One of the early ones. Yeah, it's way too late for them to pull back now. And that's a neat amount of damage done. A bit of luck, maybe even a camo unlocked. Although it doesn't matter because I'm going to keep playing this thing and we'll get the barge or the 25 pounders on it. And there we go, we did get the camo unlocked. And that is this boat spaded. First of all, uninstall torpedo mode, because you never ever want to install torpedo mode. Actually, let me check what it does on this boat after I change the camo. That's a pretty nice camo. And we change the flag again. Make it a bit shinier, and there we go. So, torpedo mode modification, what does it actually do on this boat? Torpedoes have 84 kph. And what is that, 3 miles? 4.5 kilometers to 76 and 6.4 is actually not bad. In my personal opinion, any torpedo speed above 70 kilometers an hour is usable. Now, the only thing I would say here is that you don't need 6.5 kilometers range when your stock range is 4.5 kilometers. Like, for a torpedo boat like this, there's practically nothing at your maximum range you're going to torpedo anyways. So you might as well just stay with the faster torpedoes. But it might be one of the rare cases where it is actually valid to have a torpedo mode equipped. I was going to look at the Brantford if I have it somewhere in here. There we go. It's actually it is named in there. So as you might be able to read it right there, HMS Buttercup was one of the 2 Flower class corvettes the Belgian Navy got in World War II, and that's the camo for it. And that's again the wrong 3. There we go. Like, I was a little disappointed with French coastal that like none of the Dutch/Belgian ships got in there. Then again, there's no Benelux ships in the Blue Water fleet either. Hopefully soon. Hopefully. Now at this space, it should be another 3 to 4 matches before we get the funny barge. So I might have to activate another booster. We do have another 30% one. Actually, do I have the camos on the other VTBs yet? I might want to try and get those up whilst I'm waiting. Let's see. Skins, French Coastal. We've got unicolor for the 11, but not bicolor yet. Same for the 13, 14, and 19. So let's maybe play some of these to get their second camo unlocked. On another note, a little birdie has told me some more information again on upcoming updates. Well, I think the next update. Although only one of the little things I've been told was a boat. It is a pretty cool boat. But nothing new, sadly. That reminds me, actually, the next battle pass is soonish. And hopefully we'll actually get a new ship in that battle pass. Not a great crate with more boats than we've already had. I'm still really annoyed about that crate. But at the same time, I really hope either the air or the ground reward will be one of those crates. Just to annoy the ground and air players. This is taking a while again. I might be scaring off the few players that are actually playing this BR. Of course, the other option is to just pay it, but I don't really want to. I'm saving up the GE for the next battle pass. I'm not really in the... how do I say this? What's a word for it? Not really in the spirit of what I want to do with the French coastal tree. Another battle map on Coral Islands. Alright. Let's take the VTB-19 out for a spin again. Well, I've heard a possibility of the next Battle Pass ship. And it is a ship. But I'm not sure if it's a Battle Pass reward or if it's just going to be a normal ship for the next update. And I don't really want to say exactly what it is, as it might get my birdie in trouble. But it's nothing new, but it is for the tech tree it's in. That's a player PT20, and what's the match? 2-person. Let's just keep going. But yeah, if you're wanting to just guess what might be the next ship that I've been told about, from the clues of it's nothing new, but it is for the tree it's in, good luck. But if what I've been told is true, and if it is the Battle Pass boat, I'd get it. Although there's nothing to be too hyped about. But I am already starting to feel that itch for the next update, to be honest. This update's just been meh. Even though, as a Japanese man, I did get the Amagi. There's so much wrong with the Amagi, I can't even like it. See, what else I just like, you know, a battle pass ship that isn't a generic PT boat. Like even just a destroyer, which is vaguely unique, would be nice. Well, I can kind of understand why they never really want to add more premium blue water ships though, because they are killer moneymakers. I'll be RQD 2.0 at the moment, because I'm still having to unlock the next highest BR, and it's going to take me a little while longer. So 2.0 is the current battle rating, which is just about the gold deluxe zone for coastal, since you're not ever going to fight blue water vessels. Where's the PT20? There he is. And I just got him in a reload cycle. Lovely. How much crew is he still on? I don't know. But we're gonna back up. And we're gonna wait. Yeah. I'm personally actually not the greatest fan of Z25, because I don't like the long reload on the 6-inch guns, and if anything the 6-inch guns are actually kind of overkill in fighting other destroyers. They're nice enough for fighting cruisers, I guess, now. Did I not I didn't press the correct button. Trying to think, was Mohawk a... No, not, was Mohawk a Battle Pass ship or was it an event ship? The tribal class with 4 turrets. Because I'm trying to remember which destroyers we've had in a Battle Pass. I know there was a Battle Class destroyer. I'm forgetting the name of it. Cadiz, that's the one. But I'm blanking on any other blue water vessels. I know we had a few cruisers. We've had Detroit, we've had... was it Gorky? One of those Russian cruisers? Yeah. And I'm kind of blanking on anything else, but I get the feeling there is something else. I'm just not remembering it. Other than Detroit, Gorky. Ah, Triomphant, of course. A recent one. Sure, thank you, D. It probably won't be too much longer before you can get an invite. Yeah, where is that boat? I want to argue it, because I think it's just stationary, isn't it? If it isn't, it will. Yeah, it's at 25. Kinda said it one earlier, I think, but yeah. I get the feeling I'm forgetting one, but I just don't know which one. I need to look up the list again of Battle Pass vehicles. And they're decapping A behind me, that's not great. We should have just stayed at A and defended. Where's its German R boat? Oh, right in front of me. No, I know it was there was a Kirov, but I forgot it was Gorky or Voroshilov. Garland, that's the one. One of the first one, isn't it, Garland? To be honest, there is plenty of reason to just forget it. It's not really a good boat. And it's camo unlocked for the VTB-19. Of course, less research efficiency. But oh well. Actually, is VTB-19... It's still rank 2. The others, on the other hand, oof. I actually not want to get their camos in. Anyways, QT wanted to join. And there we go. Like, that's also something that I think would be like a killer Battle Pass reward, would be one of the other Clemson variants. Like, I know there's a Clemson with 5-inch guns, and there's a Clemson with, is it twin, like 4-inch guns per turret? I need to look those up again. But I know there's more Clemson variants that would actually be kind of good. And I think those would make very, very nice Battle Pass rewards. It would be incredibly funny. A lot of stuff, to be honest, but yeah. Another event, Fletcher. You say that, but there is actually an event, Fletcher, that would be a very good event vehicle, and that's the one of the scout plane. It would make also for an excellent event, or just a ship I'd like to see in game in general, really. Because it's a Fletcher of a float plane. Bit of an awkward spawn, but I'll take the left one and maybe see where I can go. Maybe just funnel into B. Halford, that's the one. Yeah, that's like something that kind of annoys me with naval is there's just plenty of ships in the lower tiers and the lower BRs that could genuinely be nice additions, but just aren't added. Because, hey, look, another 7.0 battleship that is marginally more powerful than the last patch. Yeah, is it a Wyoming class that is that? I forget which ship that is, but I know which ship you're talking about. It's one of the old dreadnoughts they converted into a training ship and just ripped out the main gun turrets and placed the dual mount 5-inch guns turrets from the gearing class on it. Incredibly goofy. I wouldn't be surprised if multiple ships did that, really. I think didn't Mississippi do that with the rear turrets? Or did it do that with all turrets? I don't remember. I'm not too well read on post-war naval history. Also, that new game, I forget the name of it, but that semi-new game you've seen a lot of footage or videos about recently, has sparked my interest into the missile boats a bit more. T-Power, that's the one, because those ships look like really interesting. The Oliver Hazard Parrys, the Ticonderogas, obviously, and some other American missile boats, as well as the Russian ones. I think I like the Oliver Hazard Parrys the most, just because of that one automatic in the middle of the ship. The automatic 76.
Most of the strategic zones are captured.
I mean, yeah, those gunnery training ships would probably be just awful. A gunnery training ship, Wyoming. But it would be incredibly goofy. And let's just sneak into the cap. But I think we'll just end the match really soon, won't it? If it did have its belt removed, that would make it a little bit better as a possible addition. Not by much, but it would make it somewhat better. A bit more balanced. Ah yeah, one of those things. Those 18-inch monitors. It probably wouldn't be too good on just the account of the reload rate of one gun. But goofy nonetheless, and I am going to get out of the car because I do not want it to end yet. I need to farm more RP, but I kept it anyways. Damn. I'm not actually too sure about the Lord Clive ships. You got 2 score, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that was just bad. They said they fixed this bug where the research screen would just pop up after matches, but apparently they didn't. Let's actually check. Well, yeah, that was just way too short of a match. And I forgot to activate another booster. Oh well. Six-inch belt is not terrible. It is peanuts when it comes to like battleships or anything like that. Even most cruisers will punch through that comfortably. That's pretty well protected from destroyer fire. Getting some bigger matches, lovely. 6.5 knot top speed, oof. Yeah, that is painfully slow. 6.5 knots. Let's just... what is his range? 215. Let's throw some artillery out there and see what happens. That's hefty armor for the turret and we're bad. But nothing a cruiser can't deal with, I think. For a second I got very confused about that, but that's the Japanese plane boat. Please outrun the guns of these PC-451s. But I think I made a critical mistake in judgment. Because they have a fair few more 20 mils than I do. This is always the funniest thing to me. So this is in case you can't see it, the wreck of an I-400, right? It's just a map asset. It's always been here for as long as I remember. But if you can see, the map is called North Sea. Why is there an I-400 in the North Sea? He got gloriously lost. Even managed to get to the North Sea. You see, this is true War Thunder lore
Allied forces have captured
happening right in front of us. Okay, switch fire to BTF. It is most certainly the bigger threat. And then switch to the Russian thing. Because Russian's 50 cals hurt quite a bit as well. Species are going to be really, really long to deal with. And with these kind of Cs, it's going to be very rough to hit what I want to hit on those PCs. They're S. No, they're PC451s. The SC497 is a completely different thing. I wouldn't know, to be honest, and I don't really want to think about a possible Israeli Navy. If anything, I'm kind of fine with no more naval nations being added. Other than maybe Sweden, because they have some interesting boats. But I generally don't see anybody else actually having interesting naval trees. And even Sweden is a little bit of a stretch. It's just a little. Oh, not the Sokote. Not the innocent one. It was actually taking quite a lot of damage because it's a semi-armored riverboat. At least I was the one to sink it. I saw there an airplane engine. Is it gonna be my squad mate Dad? Yes it is, darn.
Most of the zones are under enemy's control.
Oh, that spun me around real quick. Oh boy, I do not have the HP to go through an artillery strike. Good for now. Okay, I traded. Kind of. But now I'm an actual one shot. That's a PBY. Pilot sniped, I think. Okay, we're good. Oh, it's a little Japanese boat. Isn't using his 20s for some reason. I'll take an assist. PC. Not too steep, but yeah, it's kind of steep. Also not something you suddenly want to see appear in front of you, a PBY. I'm gonna launch a torpedo just in case, and launch one a bit shorter. I think that PC451 is gonna slow down quite a bit. And just outward kill me, of course. Now I don't have many other options, so let's just take 19. And I need to remember to actually equip some aircraft in this lineup. Because I do have all except one new one of the French props. I don't have an excuse of not bringing my own aircraft along. Other than I'm just crap at being CAS and coastal. Italian boat. Ouch, that was my lots of stuff. He's about to run aground, so let's arty in front of him. And pray to the snail that will hit. Come on, he's right in there. There we go, gonna kill him. And the guy that was sitting at a desk has his desk completely annihilated. That's always the funny part of this boat. Just... I think there was a radio there, but it's clearly no longer there. TBD. Appropriate.
Forces have captured a zone.
I'm going to turn around because I think he's going for my squad mate. The closer I get, the better I can be a cover. Might actually even hold on. Let AI control the 13s. Try and scare him off a bit. Seemed like it worked. Is a torpedo equipped? Bold choice. Doing some loops to lose some altitude, and he's leveling off. Now I want to manually control the 13 because he's getting real close. So right there. Oop, that's not good. Of course, I just had to be out of ammo. Still managed to sink him. Okay, I managed to... Oh, I think he lost a wing. Yep, it seems like he lost a wing. Okay, there's a Duke still up. I think we've got this much in the bag. B-36 coming from their spawn, but that's fine. I'm just whiffing all my shots on that Italian boat, but there we go. And now we are one good match away from L9059. And yeah, coastal damage does rack up real quick. I was going to add aircraft, wasn't I? What is a funny aircraft to add? Most of them are above BR. They might be funny. What does this thing have again? I mean, it's funny, but it's not good. Do I have any single-engine strike aircraft? I mean, I have that thing. What does this thing get as secondary armament? Just more 50 kilo bombs. I mean, yeah, the giant bombers would be funny, but it's above BR, so no. I am actually in realistic BRs, yeah. I'm only going to take one of these, just because, you know, I can, but that's overlaps with that crew slot. Then again, these are dirt cheap, so I don't really care. What does the POTUS carry? Actual 200 kilo bombs, but it's big. I might as well do the actual naval aircraft. With... Oh, but this one doesn't get the 1,000 pounder. Oh. And that's just bad as well. I think I will take the POTUS then, I guess. Don't really want to put it there, I'll just put it in that crew slot. This one only had 50 kilos, right? Yeah. Yeah, not really, not a great 2-0 strike potential, really. Just this thing, really. Well, it should only be one more decent match, and then we'll get the funny barge. This really is a small tech tree, isn't it? But I am not complaining about a small tech tree. Yeah, if I get L9059, then I can get Arras. Then Le Surprise is the next cheapest, and the VLTs will be probably 3-3 by the time I actually get Le Surprise. Croix de Lorraine class. Which I had so much trouble with on the dev server, trying to pronounce. And then Le Combattant, which is also going down in BR. Should we activate... Nah, I think I'll be able to get that RP without a booster. I hope. It won't. Because research is not tied to battle rating, it's tied to placement in the rank in the actual tech tree. The research cost of these things are not going down. If anything, we're lucky that Le Combattant is only 250,000, not 300-something thousand. Fuego Islands boats. This map, I have gotten this map with 4 7s, and it is actually, did I get no 4 3s, and this is the worst map to ever experience with 4.3 ships, because like these are the blue water spawns, right? Like here, they're 3 kilometers apart, and I can guarantee you it is not fun spawning within 3 kilometers of an SKR-7. It has happened. It has happened more than once. It has happened more than once in a row. It was not fun. Now I was playing Japanese frigates, I think to unlock their camos, which I think I still need to do on some of them. And I was playing Akabono, I think, and I spawned within 3 kilometers of an SKR, and that was just, oof, not fun. Not within 3 kilometers at least. Not when it still has spawn protection. Oh, it's Nord. I'm not of the opinion that coastals should get separate matchmaking. I am more of the opinion that you should BR decompression. It's all you need, just some decompression. And arguably better maps. If anything, I'd rather they actually re-merge the coastal and blue water tech tree. Oh. Oh. That's death. That's death staring right at me. And I'm reloading. Knocked at the turret, I knocked at the turret. God, I knocked at the turret. You repair the turret, because of course you can. There he goes. To be honest, I do not currently believe that Scharnhorst is actually 8.0 material anymore. No, definitely not. No. I do not think you want. No. 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 The BR should not be. They shouldn't get separate matchmaking at all. If anything, remerge the tree so you can actually research one or the other again. So the naval tree split is 4 years ago. It was with the introduction of battleships. Kenneth, what you're describing is what they did to South Kvarken, and I do not think that's actually what you want. Actually, they did it to quite a lot of maps, and they made all of them worse. But then again, that's because they did it to maps where any blue water ship gets on. Instead of, you know, just fine-tuning maps for battleships themselves and then just giving those maps to the battleships. Just make it worse for everybody else. Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with separate matchmaking for coastal. Because if you do that, you will... I guess you couldn't... It's a bit weird. It's a weird feeling, thinking of it as it getting separate matchmaking. Because on the one hand, yes, it will be a bit healthier for top tier coastal. But at the same time, man, like, why, what are you even doing at that point? Why did you even... Yeah, it's just weird. It wouldn't, though. I mean, kind of, yes, but at the same time, no. Sure, you get like 3 more battle ratings, but then how are you... Just up the battle rating. There's no reason to separate coastal queue. Because there's genuinely, in my opinion, no reason for them to not up the current naval battle rating to 10.0 or 10 or 11.0 whenever they want. Because all they have to do is make all the aircraft PRs for naval, like, and all the jet PRs, put them at to 13.7 temporarily. That's all you have to do. And then work from there. No, that is not how separate matchmaking works. If you have truly separate matchmaking and you decompress blue water to start at 1.0, that means you cannot take coastals of blue water. That is how that would work. You cannot have 1.0 coastals and 1.0 blue water. Have them have separate matchmaking, but still have the ability to play them together. That doesn't work. Also, I need to check out where that Brentford is, and I think I see him. Probably does this thing have a, it does have a bomb site. Great. That bomb activation is 1 second, which is suboptimal if I'm going to do high altitude bombing. But let's give this a shot. I don't like that, I don't like that at all. Since I'm burning up... Why did both my bombs go? I only dropped one, didn't I? Or did it drop... Oh, did it drop both at once anyways? That's annoying. Also, fire's out. I do have a massive fuel leak. Assist on the Brentford is nice. Ouch, ouch, ouch. What am I even getting hit by? Some PT. Thunderbolt, ooh. But yeah, I guess that plane drops both bombs at once, which is a bit disappointing. UTB 19, here we go. And hopefully get some more damage done. I don't think I've actually done enough to unlock the 5095 of this. Also, I love the damage cam just not being right. So now I have to guess how damaged this LS3 actually is. And just keep shooting. BB7. I didn't know, try to shoot it, and let's forcibly reload the 20 because I know it's being low on ammo. If Thunderbolt is just sitting there, he can't go around there anymore. Somebody can mark him again. I think he was like there-ish. Give me a good fright. That's what my squad mate does by shooting me in the rear. That's a friendly Stuka. That's Nord. And a wingman. That's might not be enough to get the funny barge. It wasn't. So once more we go. Oh, look, can I actually... I could technically, but again it's against the spirit, so we'll just go one more time. And maybe actually use the protest decently. Actually, in a coastal BR, I don't need a bomb fuse delay, so I need to remember to... Actually, hold on. No. I don't need a bomb fuse delay on coastals. Because I'm actually going for direct impacts. And now we wait again. Yeah, bombs have been acting a bit funny recently, haven't they? Again. There's still that theory that bombs will just not detonate until they hit the bottom of the... until they hit the ground at the bottom of the sea. I'm not entirely sure if that's true. But I have heard things like that. Well, on to A we go, I guess. Like, I'm almost thinking that the water is just not enough to fuse a lot of bombs anymore. Which is a bit weird. But then again, I'm not entirely sure how bombs fuse in water to begin with. Like how much energy they need to fuse on it correctly. Small map match. That's always nice. Have less actual decent players to worry about. I think you'll have to be a little bit careful with your MPK there, QD. And don't run into shallow waters. I don't think that thing is that deep. It might be. You know, after that thing's too deep, I'm not too sure.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Just some pre-dropped artillery. But it seems like the enemy's not going here. Just an AI.
Somebody attack him.
Getting juked by AIs. But oh well, what else is new? Kill stolen. And capture point secured. Arty's being dropped on me, that's not a good sign. Need to get a move on, and quick. Oh, that Arty seems a bit far. That's strange. That could probably be the guy that's on B. Yeah, B has Arty range on A.
The victory is near. Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Oh, that's a good. That was a player in L3 as well. Quite a bit of damage to me. And the damage is not showing on that boat. That's a new bug. I haven't seen it one before yet. Where the damaged hull segments just don't show up. That's not the guy that captured B.
We are losing.
So I'm delaying my entrance into B, mainly because I'm concerned as soon as I enter, somebody's going to just jump me. And there's our little B capper, I think. I don't know when he's damaged, but I made a good guess. Just gonna secure the B point and then move on to C, I guess. Okay, the guy that was in LS3 left after one death. All the better for us. Squad mate is now just camping their spawn. 111. It's a bit scary. Some more horrible gunnery. And on we go. Where's it, Heinkel? It's a 320, didn't it? Not 230. Oh, there it is. I got some hits. Surprised the lead was actually correct. Okay, that's good. Okay, never mind. And that Heinkel is not long for this world. Let's reload the 20. And that is game. And it should be the funny barge unlocked. Should be. And there we go. Now I do just quickly have to check what crew slot to put it in. So this thing has 11. And 13. Did I retake 14 first? Must have. Oh well. The funny barge goes there. We can upgrade it to expert, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going up to 2.7 indeed. If you don't mind. We are going to upgrade the reload rate to at least level 3. And what's the commander's leadership like? We can upgrade that a bit. Just to get some better main gun action going. So now my reload is 8.5 seconds. Not great. But yeah. So the barge is 2 20s on the side, a 40 in the rear, and 2 25-pound guns, which I think is, for now, the only appearance of the 25-pounder in game. And with us going up to 2.7, I can upgrade my aircraft. This is actually a pretty great dive bomber. And what will I take as a fighter? Probably this thing. And we'll just plop it down there. Anything else at 2.7 that might be good? I could do the funny. But it's just not going to be good, is it? Especially if we were to get up there to 3-7. Nah. Let's stick to the actual naval stuff. Okay, I think this thing actually gets... Yeah, it gets a 1,000-pound bomb. Okay, whenever you're ready, QD, and you are, let's jump into this and activate a booster. And I think it shouldn't take too much longer to get at us. Okay, so L9059, what do we get first? A solid shot is definitely not going to be a priority for me, because there's not that many targets you wouldn't be able to hurt, except for some like Russian riverboats and maybe the corvettes with blue water damage model. It is going to be a bit of an odd map for this thing, but let's try it out anyways. There we go. We cannot manually control secondaries with primaries, so that's all right. And updated immediately. But that is just what happens as soon as you go above 2.0. Updated into destroyer battle ratings. This turret's being that slow is going to be... that's probably going to be an upgrade I need to get quick, is a turret reverse upgrade. Yeah, I know why it happens, it just annoys me. I mean, I just unlocked this thing, and the playing 2.0 was great. But now let's see if we can put this thing's firepower to good use. I remember these guns being very accurate on the dev server, and I hope that stayed the same. A Type K8 would be a good target for me to use these guns on. And also, I didn't actually check, but this thing actually has a decent amount of armor, doesn't it? Yeah, it has like 50mm of citadel armor. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's decent for a coastal. One, 2, 3 bis would have been a difficult target to deal with the 25-pounders, I think. Type K8 got heavied. I just do not have line of sight on anything yet. And that is also one of the reasons I don't actually usually play these kind of barges. It doesn't go over the mountain, sadly.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. The enemy is getting closer to victory.
Shots from behind, but that's just friendly fire. That will be a good test. And the guns are still as accurate as on the dev. Hit a bit high. High again. Good hit, but I can't pen that thing, I think. Although, it does seem like I'm actually doing fairly good damage to it, it's just not showing on the hit cam. I mean, yeah, that's not bad damage. With HE only. Where is it? 123K, it's on the left. Turn the ship about and present the guns. Ah, he turned into them. Sneaky bugger. And there we go. I love the look of this thing as well, by the way. It just looks great. On the broadside, that 40 might actually be quite good as well. Kind of vulnerable ammo though, like really kind of vulnerable ammo. So I might not want to show broadside like that. That's probably the same Russian player. Not entirely sure though. There's a type K, but I'm not going to turn these turrets in time. So yeah, turret reverse upgrade is definitely the first upgrade I want to get. Gun breach damage, lovely. Final kill assist still. That hit the... Oh. Couldn't reload before I could shoot him.
Thank you very much. The enemy is winning.
At least my squad mate is keeping my back safe. But I think this is about the time where the enemy destroyers will make an appearance. And make my life a whole lot more difficult. Of course, when I look away, the ship comes around the corner again. Over. And dead before the second salvo could land. It's an IL-2, okay. Yeah, this ship can't really cover two angles at once, I've noticed. Yeah, this is 2.7. I know exactly what IL-2 is going to let them do. I'm surprised it took that long for me to get a kill on it, seeing as I ripped its wing off. Oh boy! Oh boy, hello! Hello, Frinze. This is, not great. Not great at all. Ooh, that was a good hit from the year too. Very cinematic. Although, I think there's a Mitsuki coming behind. But, ah, yes. Not as much behind, more in front. Hello, Mitsuki. Please don't use those torpedoes on me. That would be very, very rude if you did. Oh, please don't use his torpedoes on me. He's not using his torpedoes on me. Well, his loss. I can just shoot his torpedo turrets. Ow, V990. And there I go. But yeah, that is then the problem when you play 2-7. Destroyers. I think the most annoying part about how destroyers work against coastals nowadays is that they didn't used to be that big of a threat. Because back in the day, destroyers had the same damage model as coastals, so you could hurt them a lot with 40 mils.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
But now, of course, they're next to Immortal. Oh, please just sit there. Please sit there. Please just stay there. Thank you.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
Like, these 25-pound guns are not bad guns for coastal. I think they're actually quite good. In terms of velocity and accuracy. The turrets are quite slow though, and the reload is could be better. But just, how can you not like this boat? Yes, AP against destroyers would definitely have helped. Especially with the Mitsuki having quite a vulnerable ammo rack, and I know where it is. I was trying to see if I could splash it with HE, but I just couldn't. And the AP would definitely have helped, and I think that's probably the only really place where you want to use AP is against destroyers. I mean, yeah. And I can see it having a purpose, but not against other coastals. Like, against other actual, like, PT boats? No, take the HE. Against destroyer fights at those kind of ranges, definitely have some AP handy. Did I say AP against coastal boats? I meant to say HE. But I think you knew that. But yeah, HE against squishy targets, AP against hard targets. Same as usual, really. I'm getting a lot of French naval medals. And French medals in general. Okay, you got parts. Let's get the AP, just so we can have it handy. We'll get an FPE next. And then... I'm not entirely sure. I'd probably just want turret reverse. But I'm not entirely sure if I want to get rudder first to just help improve my mobility a little bit and then get the main turrets. But I think that's a worry for later. Anyways, back off we go. And immediately into a match. South. Oh god, really? Well, you might have just seen me load into the worst possible map for this kind of coastal vessel. And also one of the reasons why I do not think that these kind of coastal vessels are actually all that good. Same with like the AFDs, the SF-40s. If you aren't in a fast boat and you get a map like this, you're screwed. You're just going to die without doing anything. And because there's a PGO2, it's at least 3-3, so there's a high chance for there to be enemy destroyers. But yeah. If anything, the SF-40 Heavy is actually quite a bit better because it has high velocity guns. But this is something that also annoys me because... And possibly actually an argument for separate coastal matchmaking. This is not a coastal map. This is not a coastal friendly map in the slightest. That's gonna be over. Lead is pretty good, actually too much. Actually splashed him, interesting. Now it's going to be too little lead, isn't it? Because of course it is. Goes hit. And kill.
Attack the enemy!
Yeah, it does. Like, I think these HE shells are like barely big enough for it to actually splash holes a little. Still not nearly as much damage as a direct hit would be, of course. But the accuracy of these guns is genuinely really good. But then you do need to be very accurate with your range as well, of course. And there's now the Frunze. That's the same squad of destroyer players you faced last match. Please can I shoot over the island? I will bully the Hagel.
We're ahead of the enemy.
If it doesn't lag out of existence, it is. Oh well. Thought he was going to continue turning in, but he didn't. So a lead of about 2 bars is what I need. It's going to be high again. Need to aim a lot shorter. That should be decent. Was high again. High again, I'm assuming. That's the advantage of something like a what I'm saying, SF-40, is it has high velocity guns, so it doesn't need to be exact with its range. It's a lot more forgiving when you don't get the correct range in. Whilst howitzers like this, you know, with their steep angle of impact, you need to be a lot more precise with your ranging. And it can be a bit frustrating if you don't have clear line of sight to your target. Luckily, if your target is as large as a K8, it's a lot easier to hit. And targets that actually go bow in are also somewhat easier to hit with incorrect ranging. Because of how long they get. I pity him for actually playing that godforsaken PT. It's one of the new Japanese PT boats, and I've played it recently, and it is just bad. Like, really bad. And the annoying part about it is it sits in between 2 BR brackets for Japanese coastal lineups. So it's just bad. Let's manually use these 20s for just a second. I'm currently having a bit of a decent time with this thing, actually.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Bit high again. We're going to be high again, but I think the waves are a little bit too rough for me to get good hits in. My squad may just call out an aircraft, so I'll put my gunners to AA duties. And try and unmask that 40, in case there is an aircraft up. Thank you.
Most of the zones are under control.
I'm not seeing it carry bombs immediately. Oh, it's a 157, isn't it? No, just a normal Q-45. You know, for as bad of a map this is for this kind of boat, I'm not doing too badly. There's an enemy barge. I need to sink it. Why is one of my guns firing at 10 seconds and the other one at 8? It's not ammo rack damage, it's just turret damage. Where's the French barge?
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Yeah, it definitely is. What is the penetration of this thing? Yeah, that's not enough to go through that barge. I'm not very keen on switching though until I'm actually sure I'll be fighting at barge. But it's a good shout. I'll definitely switch to the AP when I see it. I need to make sure the 40 has line of sight on that SPD.
Cab 060, 500 meters.
Oh, not enough lead. I'm a bit annoyed that one of my guns is now reloading slower for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why. There goes the plane. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite French coastal vehicles, just because, I mean, look at it. A barge with two 25-pounders on it. Not a particularly good barge, but it's still a barge.
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
See, there is an enemy one, but I don't know where. So that's a weird place to get a kill. Almost behind an island. Goddamn AI juking my shots. Got an Ikazuchi on the field, luckily a friendly one. Where is that enemy French barge? Yeah. Yeah, the Arras, I'm surprised it isn't moving up yet, is it? But if it is, I wouldn't be surprised. What happened, QD?
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
There we go. Game over. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Those barges are just not fun on those maps, are they? Progress towards Arras is going quickly, though. As is progress towards spading this thing. So let's get some upgrades like that. I'll probably do the AA armament as well, just... Yes and no, they're the same caliber, but they're different guns. Let me... So they're the 138, 55, 1910. So, /55, 1910. If you go to Blue Water, so these are all 130s. That's the German, 138.40. 138.40, that's German guns. 40, that's German guns. There we go, 50. So it's the same caliber gun as the later not Japanese, French destroyers. But they're not the exact same model. And what it basically means is that they'll reload way longer. I think it's like a 12-second reload. But anyways, off we go again. Oh, actually, good chat. Let me check if they are the battleship secondaries. Yes, they're the secondary guns of the battleships. Good chat, because I didn't actually think of that. Mainly because, one, as you might have seen, I don't have any of the French battleships myself, so I'm not too familiar with them. And I still need to get Mogador. But I just haven't been playing too much recently. I mean, yeah, spading this thing is going decently enough. I think it was our second match, wasn't it? You're already a quarter of the way through. I mean, it is only a rank 3. Yeah, not that interested in the dreadnoughts at least. And I might have seen is that the way to get to the dreadnoughts is by playing these two. Emile Bertin is kind of nice, but Colbert... Yike. Just not a great ship. I mean, at one point I will get the French battleships, obviously. But they were not on my priority list. At least they weren't this update. I think... I'm trying to think... I really should work towards the French battleships, because at some point we will get Dunkirk, Jean Bart, and then I will really want to have the French battleships. Yeah. It is a really great shame that we don't have a Dunkirk. At the same time, though... Did it? Did it actually? Because I did see a leak list recently, but I didn't see a Dunkirk on it. Unless you have a new one. Okay, this could be a good one. Yeah, I just haven't been playing a lot of War Thunder recently, really. Like, I powered my way through getting a Magi and then just, lost interest. And I've been quite busy the last 2 weeks. Just hadn't had the motivation. But I do really need to, like... I'm getting close, unironically, to finishing all naval trees. It's just these last pushes, man, are just... a lot. The only two nations where I do not have battleships in are Russia and France. I've got battleships in all the other nations. The only coastal tree that isn't at rank 5 yet is, I think, Germany. And of course France, but France is special. So it's just, I've gotten through most of the tech trees already. And those last few battleships just don't interest me anymore. Another kind of observation I made recently is that after 4 years of having battleships, we do not have, well, we have one post, like Washington/London Naval Treaty battleship. One. And that's Scharnhorst, which in game is classified as a battlecruiser. But after 4 years, we're still not past treaty era battleships. And that is... oof. Just oof. It's also... battleship gameplay is just kind of bland. It's a bit boring, especially when I've worked through all the British, I've worked through all the Americans, all the Japanese ones, and after a while it is just big boat with big guns shooting every 30 seconds. Yeah, I saw, what was it, estimates York and Bismarck. As well as at leak list, I saw a lot of like repeats from previous leak lists, so I'm very skeptical as well. The thing is though, it isn't impossible for us to see Bismarck. I just... a bit skeptical.
Allied forces have captured a zone. The enemy's getting closer to victory.
But I am already looking forward to the next Block season. Although it'll probably only fill me with dread as I still need to make an update summary video. Ow, there goes one of my guns. And there goes one of my shells just phasing through you, thank you. I don't want to look onto the G5, I'd rather look onto the ship that's shooting me, thank you. Oh, God. Okay, shells, please? Thanks. I didn't even know it was that low health already. Okay. Ah, yeah, shell room explosions, those are fun, aren't they? That's also the other thing, I want to like the American battleships are fine. Like, the longer reload is a bit of a pain, but nah, it's alright. The guns are powerful enough to negate that reload a bit. But man, exploding. You just lose all your shells so quickly. I don't think so. I didn't read anything about crew compartments on Barham. There's not much to fix, really. It's more that just that's how it's been distributed. So I think you're just going to be stuck with a Queen Elizabeth class that has a bit of Belfast syndrome. And hopefully I'll be able to actually kill something before I die again. That was immensely frustrating, just seeing my shells phase through targets. I just want to get to the damn battlefield.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
To be honest, even with the somewhat Belfast syndrome of the barm, I quite like it.
If we don't do something fast, the
Nah,
enemy will win.
no. I haven't seen a US fast battleship on a leak list in years. What? Just keep anti-air focus, gunners, because I do not like that aircraft just being up high like that. Oh, it's Stuka diving. Okay, yeah, no, definitely don't like that. Please shoot it down. Luckily, it isn't diving on me. It is diving on a QD, though. Yeah. That was not good. And I sniped him.
The enemy has captured most of the strategic zones.
Like, I've gotten to the point with my naval grind where I just want something different to be added. I like, at this point, I'd welcome missile boats, submarines, carriers, whatever. Just something new, different, rather than another pre-treaty battleship with either no AA or a late war fit. Late war fit. And there we go. That's not good. And that's a player. There are definitely torpedoes in the water. And I'm surprised that didn't one-shot him. Where are those torps? There they are. Get to the 40. Annihilate the thing behind me. RT being called on me. Annihilate the thing in front of me. Preferably. I'm going to get RT'd. Luckily I managed to get to a halt. That's Nord, isn't it? Yep. I got that. My kill got denied. Stolen even. I think that's a friendly yak, isn't it? Yep. That's because there's an all targets again. Hello. It's on air targets, and are they shooting at two different air targets? Oh, fun. Very fun. Luckily this is a rocket plane, and yeah. Didn't quite hit his rockets. This barge has been a pretty reliable anti-air ship, despite my relatively poor cruise on them.
Attack the enemy!
I still have to get Fremantle, but I'm not... Is it even really that great? To me it seems like more of HMAS Arrow, but bigger. And had a worse battle rating, if I recall correctly. Really? I mean, to be honest, it is still a Bofors boat. And as they say, you can't do too much wrong with Bofors boats. Crescendo Grosse, okay. Come on, AA gunners, do your job. That plane will have to straighten out for an attack run at some point, and there goes his wing. And he's not gonna get close, there you go. And yeah. I'm surprised his 20s did so much damage to me. Getting shot from something else behind me, I'm no. Quite have the mobility to deal with that at the moment. I can imagine. I can imagine that this thing is a bit annoying when you can only shoot its rear. God. Oh, my rear guns are destroyed. And... okay. I think there was a 50 cal that finished me off. There's both spawns already, oof. Let's get into an MTB. Yeah, I lost the first spawn in that thing quite quickly, didn't I? Good bombing run. I managed to decapture B though, and that's a bit of a problem. That's where a good old Earl and some Vickers comes into play, but that's an island. Hey, wait. Okay, no hull damage. Very. Because those shrapnel shells, for as far as I know, are also like TF shells. Or at least they self-destruct at certain ranges. Just, no. Just useless. I know years ago it used to actually work as HETF, so it was vaguely useful against aircraft. But other than that, I don't like hearing aircraft. I did get a bomb away, but I'm fine. Somehow. Reload at 20. Yeah, no. Then again, it's been ages since I played a ship with shrapnel shells. But I don't ever recall them being useful over like just normal HE. Or isn't it more the case that the ships that do have shrapnel shells just have either better guns, or I mean, secondary armament or tertiary armament is just better than the gun that has shrapnel shell, or a better shell for the situation you're going to be using those guns in. Like I think Frunze has shrapnel shells, but you don't really want to use those on a destroyer. You want to use, you know, some kind of sap. Anyways, let's get some improvements in mobility. And some shrapnel protection next, maybe. Improve some survivability. Because it does seem to bleed quite a bit of crew outside of the Citadel. And off we go again. With a bit of luck, I might get Arras by spading 9059. Does the math here? Not quite. Then again, if I do keep losing my 9059, I'll be playing other stuff as well. Oh yeah, Tyrael, now that you're here, if you are still here, I saw something about a convoy custom battle that was being hosted, well, yesterday-ish. I was reading about it, that it went quite well as well. But I'm kind of sad I couldn't be there, but it was a bit too early in the morning for me to be there. This is also not a great map for coastals, but it did move the coastal spawns a bit closer to the objectives. So it's not as bad as it used to be. Grafton, full up tier 237. Oh boy. At least I seem to remember the Grafton as a 3-7. I might be wrong though. Could be a 3-3. Enemy 3-man squad is a bit scary. Good question. 23.2. So 2 kilometers faster than I was before. Yeah. Like, I really want to like this boat, but on maps like this, it's just not great. And you have to remember, well, Arras, which is a better boat with this kind of niche, goes 35 kilometers an hour stock. So I think I'm going to be liking Arras a lot whenever I get my hands on it. Which I'm hoping to do this stream, but I'm kind of thinking that's not going to happen. These are way too far out there for my 25 pounders to hit. That's looking decent. Ooh, almost. That's gonna be too far behind, yep. I'm now being shoved by the MZ1, and it's actually boosting me a bit. 12. Ooh, at 20 GMT? When's the 12? Is that a weekend? Ooh, I need to check it out, because if you are doing that, I would love to join that. What day is that?
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
12th. Ooh, that's a Saturday. Ooh. Ooh. But I might be preoccupied at that time, actually. Yeah, I'm doing D&D at that time, actually. But I'll see what happens. Yeah, I've only actually really realized recently that I I have most of my weekend evenings actually preoccupied already. Which is a bit of a shame since, you know, lots of events happen during weekend evenings. For obvious reasons. But I'm actually usually booked on my Friday and Saturday evenings. I think I'll have to see about doing a fun little custom battle maybe during stream one of the next coming weeks. I'll have to think about it a bit more. These ranges are just not really combat ranges for the 25-pounder. I say as I slap the PT boat right in the aft. Also, you can stop pushing me now, Nord, because you are actually making me maneuver a bit. Yeah, you can stop. I don't want to be shoved right into a mountain. Let's keep it 40 unmasked. That's a P1Y. And there goes one of his engines. Like, it's only armed with 500s. Interesting choice. That's not great. That's not great at all. Okay. Okay. That is a thing that happened. Yeah, that would be a bit early for you, wouldn't it? Yeah, like there was a. I saw something I think you actually pinged us about it, didn't you, in your server? About a convoy mission yesterday night for me. And I was thinking, oh, that might be interesting. You know, naval convoy custom battles are always fun. RV naval. And then I looked at the time, 3 AM, and like, oh, I'd love to join that, but that's a bit early in the morning for me. That's what time zones do to you, I guess. Yeah, that's always nice. That reminds me, I don't know if you've collaborated much or even really looked at Wingling Dragon, because I think even a year ago or so, or even quite a few months ago, he was working on a really lovely naval custom battle for an event with another content creator, and it was a really nice scenario, man, with a lot of AI planes flying all over the place. And I need to have a word with him to see if it actually still works, because I'd love to have my hands on that for just to do with some naval guys. Because I genuinely think it was a very awesome event. But it was still being developed, and it was kind of laggy with just the sheer amount of planes and code being like worked into it. But it was really, really fun from a naval perspective. Because there's not really that many ways to like really test the anti-aircraft gunners on ships. We're just overwhelming them with planes. That custom battle did it pretty well from Wingling. But the thing that, yeah, now I remember. I think the guy, it was made for a content creator who does variety, and I think he was interested in doing War Thunder for one of his videos. But I think at about the player revolt, player whatever you call it, player strike, is when he lost interest, and that event kind of got mothballed. It's a real shame because of a really great custom battle. Sure thing, QD. I'm gonna have to talk to Wingling and see if he still has that file. Battle of Jutland might be cool, but the thing about the Battle of Jutland is everybody knows the two lines of battleships meet each other, but it's so much more than just that. And I don't know. I think just calling two lines of battleships fighting each other at the Battle of Jutland is a bit oversimplified. But I think we have plenty of ships to actually do that now. Okay, I need to put my A gunners on. He's dropping bombs in the series. I'm gonna turn hard right. There's the bomb series. Might have actually hit me if I kept going straight. It didn't. Hello there, Delta. It's dangerous. I need to watch that Flinger map video a bit more thoroughly. Yeah, it's going quite well, Delta. I mean, like destroyers and stuff, like, you know, fleet screens. Or like an actual thing in the Battle of Jutland as well. I don't think we have those kind of destroyers, really. Especially for Britain and Germany.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
I mean, we technically have Warspite. We have a World War I fit of Barham, and then World War I fit Queen Elizabeth. Not quite Warspite, close enough. I think this ship must have a lot of crew in the bridge, because I'm not that damaged, but I'm very low on crew. Yes, indeed. Currently on the funny barge. Which is a bit more painful than funny, but still funny enough. Yeah, there's potential for a lot of fun naval customs. And that's also kind of the reason why I want submarines and carriers, just to expand the options for customs. But well. Something that I have to redo at some point as well is do those. I don't know if any of you remember it, but a long time ago I did a carrier custom match where I just got like a carrier deck full of aircraft. That was pretty fun as well. Get screenshots off, but that was when we had the old carrier models. So I haven't done it with the new carrier models yet. I really want to do that, but it takes some planning. Tips for grinding French coastal: just play the coastals. Up until like the first two ranks go really quickly. The 7-7s are a bit difficult, but since they're all low BR, you fly through them pretty quickly. And they're not too bad as soon as you actually get close to the enemy and just, you know, do some work. And I do usually play alone, but if somebody asks to squad up, I will squad up. The only condition, of course, is that if you want to squad up with me, I'm deciding the battle rating. And it has to be realistic battles. I cannot play Naval Arcade for the life of me. I'm hearing an engine. Luckily he went around the mountain and not over it. Oh, that's a destroyer, that's me, wasn't it? Eep. The French coastals armed with 7-7s are definitely close range brawlers. Oh, was it? Nice, Tyrrell. I need to... Yeah. I would love to actually get to learn the CDK for doing stuff like that, but I just cannot be arsed. I'm really, really bad at trying to learn stuff, like, on my own. Just googling stuff and looking up how to work software stuff. I'm terrible at that. And I just do not have the energy for it. But I know some like CDK wizards, and they can do some magic with custom battles, man. I think the best thing I ever did with the CDK was when the new carrier models came out for the World War II carriers. I managed to put them all in a line next to each other, all sailing dead ahead. That is the most I've ever done in a CDK map, and it's the most I'm probably ever going to do. Ooh, free mod. Very nice. At the same time, kind of bad for the grind. But a free mod, and it's one of the expensive mods I got for free as well. Nice. Very, very nice. Let's get the improved rangefinder. And let's get new pumps, because I don't really care for all the other stuff. Yeah, well, see you later, cutie. Actually, how close am I to a camo? Because I should have done some... Ooh, still a while away, jeez. Quite a jump in requirements, I think, for going from rank 2 to 3. Over halfway to Arras, that's great. I think what I might actually do is if I have spaded 959 and 9059 before unlocking Arras, I might actually just remove my lineup and just grind Arras with the 2.0 lineup. Because it's just so much quicker. Well, the matches are actually a lot more quicker. Now we have a top speed of 25 kilometers an hour. Lovely. I have tried to play the Battle Station series. I have Battle Station specific installed, but I just couldn't work my way through the control scheme of the game at all. I might have to replay it, give it another shot. But I think isn't that a game designed for controller as well? Because I just couldn't figure out a keyboard command for keybinds for the life of me. So I might have to give that another chance, but it is... I'm not too good at like adapting to older games. Like the Battle Station series is old, like really. And I need to adapt to that again. There's also like plenty of other naval games I actually own but have never played, which is a great shame. Like War on the Sea, I've owned that game I think for over a year, and I have not even launched it once. As that is just criminal. But yeah, I'll have to give Battle Stations another shot with a controller. Because I did it with a keyboard and it didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I think I did try it with controller, but the view controls on the one of the thumbsticks were inverted, and it really threw me off. I'm already not great at aiming with a controller, and it being inverted is just oof. I don't know what it was. It's been a while since I tried it again. But I have to give it another shot. Yeah, I'll have to do just whenever I find the time for it. Play Battle Station specific. And like that's the other thing. I never owned a console like that. The only consoles my household ever had were a PlayStation 1 and a Wii. So I've just missed out on a generation of those classic games. And at the time, I think we only had one like PC, and I shared it with my brother. But my brother had way more time on it than I did. Ooh, this might be a fun map for the 9059.
Branle bas de combat, tout le monde à son poste. Moteur, rectifiant.
That's a destroyer. Let's turn away from that immediately. Amazing team composition. God, that's just atrocious. I'll load the AP. Is the AP actually quicker? Oh, it is. Quite significantly even. Ah, the muzzle velocity is higher, but their actual flight velocity isn't. Or at least it doesn't seem like it. Not doing great damage with this AP, but that's just because I'm not hitting where I want to hit. Either going too high or too low. Leopard is launching torpedoes at the Clemson. Hopefully he'll actually hit those as well. The same way that I'm about to hit this island.
The Allied forces have captured a zone.
Please don't beach myself. Go. I also sadly haven't. I am indeed no fun. Uncultured, you could even say. Because that's also actually a thing well... The thing I'll readily admit is that I haven't actually been interested in naval for all that long. I started my career as a military vehicle interest with World of Tanks, as probably many people did. So I was more interested in tanks for a very, very long while. I then swapped over to War Thunder. Found out that I just do not like tanks at all. Like the planes quite a bit. And then naval came out. And then I liked naval quite a bit. I don't actually know when exactly I swapped over from liking tanks to liking boats. But it happened. I just don't know exactly when. Now, I think what happened is that as my interest in World War II matured somewhat, I started getting a bit more interested in the Pacific War rather than the European theatre, because I'm quite familiar with the European theatre, seeing as I live in a country that was part of the front line. But yeah. It wasn't the front line for long, but you know what I mean. Bow in barge is going to be a bit difficult for me to deal with, I think. I'll just shoot the turrets. And there we go. Yeah, I also haven't been much of a book reader in recent years. I also just don't know what books to really look into when it comes to naval history. I know a few of the famous names thanks to Drakenifal, but I don't know.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what my the pinpoint would be for my interest in military vehicles as a whole. Probably a little bit of the tism sneaking through, to be perfectly honest. But yeah. I know it started with tanks. I know why. I have family living in England. And that must have been an artillery strike. I have family living in England, and I have gone to the Bovington Museum as a small child. And that's kind of impressive, rather. Because the Bovington Tank Museum is the holy grail of tank museums in this part of Europe. I might have to look into the tires. I think I've mentioned this before, but what I have been finding quite interesting to listen to is I found a podcast about the Pacific War like a month ago or 2 months ago, and I've been having a great time listening to that during work. I think it's called the Unauthorized History of the Pacific War. I find it to be a great podcast, though I haven't listened to all of it yet, of course. But it's pretty good. It's like hosted by an American historian and an American submarine commander. So it's quite interesting. Oh, really? I might have to find that book series on Taurus. Ah, yeah, you can't see fuel tanks in the X-ray, can you? So I was wondering why am I not damaging it, like the compartment there, but yet it's just because the fuel tank is still there. I'd recommend it. I listened to like a good 40 episodes on it, and I really don't listen to podcasts that often, and I find it quite interesting. They have guests on as well. They've had John... Through the episodes I've listened to already, they've had John Parshall on twice, or 3 times. They've had Drakinefell on twice as well. So it's good. It's actually decent, in my opinion. They also have a YouTube channel, so where they do put up maps and visuals and actual historical pictures as well, from what I know. Though I haven't watched too many of their videos. I actually listen to it as a podcast form by Spotify. It's a bit difficult to watch YouTube videos during work. No, but not so much just listening to a podcast. Ouch, I'm being shot by a destroyer, am I? What are you? It's a Funz. There go my turrets. And there I go. But yeah, I think the other fun part about that podcast as well is they go vaguely chronologically through the Pacific War. And it's been interesting because it's not something I actually know that much about. It's pretty difficult to find like a nice a source just talking about the Pacific War. I don't know. So if you're ever bored, give that a shot, I guess. I did both the destroyers get sunk by the time I flew over here? I think they did. Does this thing have a bomb sight? It does not, alright. I guess I'll have to use a modicum of skill then. Bomb fusilier is 1 second, that's fine. Not quite on a good angle on this frenzy yet. Want to come in from behind it, ideally. Let's initiate a dive, deploy dive brakes. Okay, slow down. On target, bomb away. There we go, cracked its hull. And off we go again.
Just a little more effort, and victory will surely be ours.
Yeah, I think that podcast actually has a episode about the Barb as well, and I think I just listened to that too. Quite an interesting ship. Oop, that's a bit
Another
of
zone captured. We have
misclicking. There we go. Airfield's a bit far out there on this map. Ah, that's because that's the airfield for the full map. Whilst of course this is the smaller version of it. Oop, fat fingering it again. Actually, this isn't a carrier plane, is it? It isn't. Right? Because I keep thinking this is a carrier plane, but it just isn't. I mean, I'm not too familiar with Benelux coastals there, Wild Viking. I only just now noticed your message. But there is some possibility. I know of HMS Buttercup, which I still find incredibly funny for a boat. And that's just a British Flower-class corvette under Belgian service. Which, yes please. I'm not too familiar with Dutch boats, so I couldn't really say anything about those. I think it would be much more interesting to see Dutch cruisers in the Blue Water 3. You know what? I think I'll risk the 300% booster and see what our next match will be. But yeah, here we are waiting for another match. And as I said before, what I'm waiting for the most actually is the next update. Because that's going to be around the corner pretty soon. And we've got another one this year still too. I'm still kind of keeping my fingers crossed for submarines to still be added this year, although the chances are kind of slim. I could also just hope that we get a rerun of the submarine event from last year, because that was really a fun event, and I'd love to play it again. We don't know what's going to be in the next update, I just want more update, more boats, and hopefully new boats. And not just another pre-treaty battleship. if I can get a good map and a good like matchmaking, I might actually get Arras in one more push with that booster. I might. And yeah, I have played the event, and both sides could win with fairly equal odds. But that's because torpedoes were kind of tweaked and it was arcade. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I've played that event. I have very fond memories of it. I streamed it, I think, twice, and I think both of the streams are still up. I still got a screenshot of the submarine stat card somewhere around here. Actually, let me check. Where did I put it? I didn't think I got rid of it, at least. Did I actually get rid of it? Oh, no, there it is. But yeah, still got the stat card of it. Let's see if we can... Yeah, it's like seeing those military vehicles in person that really gets you interested in that kind of stuff. I think that's, yeah, like going to Bovington as a kid is probably what got me interested into tanks more than I already was. Let's see, how do I do this? Without completely annihilating the stream. Yeah, well, seems like we got a match anyways. So no submarine stat card for the time being, and let's see what we can do on the bigger version of this map. Probably not want to spawn out here actually. And I think this will be our last match for the night anyways. I do not like hearing rockets being fired over me. I have bad memories of rockets. Actually, are they being fired over me or are they being fired at me?
Alerte de collision.
You know what? I'm just gonna sit behind this island here, and let's see that boat launch torpedoes.
Attack the C point.
So I'm just gonna sit here and be just fine. Never gonna hit any of my shots, that is. There we go.
Vaisseau ennemi coulé. Ennemi touché.
Ooh, got a hit, nice.
Touché par les obus.
That's just the rear of the ship, but I still got a hit. That should be the nose, a bit of luck. Ooh, that was the middle. Oh, his nose onto me. Oh, look at me.
Groupe de réparation. Commissaire, les dégâts. Vaisseau ennemi coulé. Cible touchée par les obus. Ah. Poste de réparation. Arme endommagée. Appareil hors de contrôle. Cible identifiée. Bateau. Position.
I think I'll just sit here, really. And have some oversight on A. Take some pot shots at enemy boats. Position himself a little bit better so I can actually use both guns. Actually hit that fair mile. Which surprises me. I assume that's... yep, okay, that's just a husk.
Cible identifiée. Bateau.
Goes wildly over. And I think there's an artillery strike. No, those are torpedo impacts.
Cible touchée par les obus.
I think I can just HE that Russian riverboat. And I can.
Cible identifiée.
Shooting short somehow. Not quite enough lead. And still shooting short. Probably because I'm just reversing at full speed. That's just a miss. This is a player ship, it isn't. Very good, that's a hit.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Feu détecté sur le navire ennemi. Attiré. L'ennemi gîte et perd de la vitesse.
There's a decent hit at the stern, maybe. Or not. On the bow. There we go.
The enemy has most of the strategic zones.
That's an AI as well.
Alerte de collision. Ah. Cible
But I'll take those any time of the week. And we just keep looking around for targets.
Position 360. 3000 mètres. Bateau.
Where is this one? Over there, okay.
Take him down.
Let's aim at the softer target first.
Identifié. Bateau. 3000 mètres. Cible identifiée. Bateau.
And I think I'll start pushing up actually.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Paratribord. Paratribord. Terminé.
Because this position is starting to become less and less useful. seems our destroyers managed to push up to sea just fine. Now we have some... Ooh. Okay, that's just the actual PT boat over there. Locked onto a clamp scenario, which is a bit concerning. I actually just have to manually control the panties to secure that kill. Or somebody else can do it. Yep, never mind. I was about to say I don't like seeing those rockets fire out, but it's already got dealt with. And I think we're in the clear. The Clemson is the thing on B. Nope, I'm not locked onto him properly. There we go. Let's see what we can do. I got a distinct feeling we will not be doing too much to Clemson. Especially not at this angle. Let's see what I can do at this kind of range. Slightly yellow in engine. About as what I expected. Slightly orange in engine. Hopefully I haven't been torpedoed. Although by the looks of those launchers, I don't think that Clemson's carrying torpedoes. He is. He is carrying torpedoes, he's just not using them. Yet. So what needs to happen here is that we need to capture B as quickly as possible. Because I'm not going to be able to stop a Clemson from capturing the A point. I don't think anybody on my team is going to be able to stop him. He's just sailing through. Just not caring. At all. Although he doesn't really seem to be going for the A point either. Yeah, no, he's just content not going for the cap. Fine by me. That's decent enough for a 300% booster in a win. So let's see what that'll get us. And did we get it? Did we get it? Not quite. We did get a lot of RP though. But I am going to have to end it here because I can feel myself not being 100% awake anymore. So let's see. Actually, does this push us over? It doesn't. It gets us very close to Arras, doesn't it? Ooh, very close. But I think I will leave that for the next one. So we have something to look forward to in the next French coastal stream, which... Alright, let me think. Next week, I am going to be doing something else. Not quite sure what. Actually, no, I know what I'm going to do. Next week, I am planning on getting Tennessee, which will be my next major one. That, or I might be working on one of my coastal trees. I have yet to think about it, really. And then in 2 weeks' time, I'll be doing another French coastal stream. So, that'll be that. Any other plans I still have? I still need to make that update summary video, and I'm going to do my best to do it this week, maybe. But I think at this point, you all know that you shouldn't count on it too much. But yeah, that's that. Thank you all for coming to watch as usual, and I'll see you soon, I guess.